Namaskar. I'm Yogesh Deshpande. I'm a teacher of psychology with Vishweshwaraya National Institute of Technology, Nagpur. I will be sharing my thoughts on a topic connecting the dots to learn and unlearn during this pandemic COVID 19. Friends, to know the exact nature of psychology is like painting an ocean with currents and undercurrents, seas and gulfs, thousands of islands and billions of fishes. So, the topic what I'm going to share with you, I will not be focusing on the interface, whether it is a Zoom or a Skype or other basic pattern of technology, but I will be speaking on these two basic parameters, starting from teachers to that of students, and how their personalities are going to influence this process as far as this crisis is concerned. As all of us we know, no man is an island. So the teacher as species are not different than others. They are as normal, as abnormal like any other species or the professionalities. Some teachers are optimistic, some teachers are pessimistic, some teachers are gullible, some teachers are very easygoing, some teachers give up very quickly. Even though I'm not talking about their proficiency in teaching learning pedagogy, I'm not speaking something more how good or effective teachers they are. Outside the classroom, they are normal human beings. So the population sample of teachers is like something a random normal sample. So during this crisis, teachers are going to behave not in non-linear amorphous way, but they will be behaving in a very typical what I call non-binary pattern. Friends, when I say on 6th of May 2020, even in a place like Nagpur where we stay, we have 40 cases of positive COVID. In Maharashtra, we have more than 1,200 cases. And today, the count as far as India is concerned, it is about 50,000 cases we have in India today. So during this very crucial crisis of pandemic, can we expect that teachers, just because they are teachers, they preach, they try to help you to learn, they are unique and special? It's not going to happen. All teachers are going to have a simple pandemic wherein they will be focusing as far as the basic personalities are concerned. So in today's talk, I will be speaking about what anxieties, what fears these teachers they possess, how we can control their anxieties, and the most important thing, is it possible for us that when we really want to know something more about, what are the factors which are going to play the important role? In 2003, Steve Jobs had a beautiful talk at the Stanford University. He had a convocation talk where he spoke about connecting the dots. Connecting the dots, Steve Jobs spoke at length, and he said that when we want to complete the picture, we have to connect the dots not looking forward, but we have to look backward when we want to complete the picture, when we want to create the camouflage. So, the teachers as species, let me tell you one thing, we have learned at a very subtle way different parameters of teaching. Gone are the days that teachers sitting and standing at the podium delivering a talk using the blackboard, then the whiteboard, then the green board, then the smart board. Now the typical virtual classroom or the smart classroom, but teacher remained the same. Now what has happened, the role and the dynamics is changing very fast. Like, let me tell you a very simple strategy. Like, for example, I always crack the joke with my students. I say that since last 25 years when I am teaching, I have seen my students sleeping in my class, keeping the eyes wide open. So at least I could see that the students were sleeping. But now when I'm going to upload the video on the YouTube, or might be when I'm going to have my typical webinar on using the Zoom as a typical interface, I don't know what will be bilateral response of the students. So in this case, how I am going to cope up with that? The first thing what the teachers will experience is something called fear. The fear of pandemic is spreading very fast, and teachers are susceptible like any other normal being that what is going to happen to me. I stay in a place and the workplace is in locality where there is a commode, there is a basic pattern, there is always a spread. So what's going to happen for that? Might be now the lockdown is on, but then what going to happen might be after few weeks when I have to go to my workstation. The second thing is that I do have the comorbidities. I might have the diabetes, I might have the high blood pressure, I might be having some basic issues of the respiratory organ. So it will be very natural on my part to behave in a susceptible way. The second thing is anxiety. What's going to happen? Fear is the initial phase, but the anxiety is anticipation of fear. 2020, what's going to happen? 2021, what's going to happen? The simple statistic shows what they speak something more about the new normal. What does it mean? That might be we will skip altogether going to the malls. We will like to skip to go to the reception, marriages, funerals, social get-togethers. We will like to see that even when we go to the washrooms or even in our staff room, we will like to put on the masks. And so the case is not going to be very easy at all. But we as a teachers, when we face the crowd of 60, 70, 80 students in the classroom, it is very natural that even though I take all the precaution, how the students are going to perceive will be the major phenomena. And the second phenomena is that I take all the precautions, but it is like the gambler's ruin problem. The gambler says, till date, I haven't received any lottery. I did not get any lottery. So today I'm going to get a lottery because it is the gambler's probability. Same thing. I might say that I take all the precautions, but I don't know who are the students, from what backgrounds they are coming. Do they are they susceptible carriers for that? So we are not very sure about that. The important second thing is that integrity as far as the teaching is concerned. Friends, let me tell you a very simple phenomena. Integrity, it refers to a basic pattern strategy, like whatever I have learned as far as my domain areas was concerned, master's degree, then my PhD and MPhil, it did help me to have the mastery over my subject. But that was not enough. When we update our knowledge, when we upgrade our knowledge, it's very easy for us that we manifest that. But in this interface, when I'm going to upload the video, might be the contents are good, but the contents might not be at par with that of what contents are available by the professional bloggers, professional people, those who have the typical all editing skills, they have the cameras, they have the lights. So we might not compete with them. Even now, when I'm competing with you, when I'm talking with you and communicating with you, I'm sweating profusely. I am not a professional blogger, so it's going to have the hindrance for me. That is one thing. But the second important thing is when everything is possible, everything is available at Google, the content what I'm going to generate on this interface, will it be apt? Whether the students will be in a phase where they will be talking something more about that, I'm not very sure. The third important thing is teachers will be having this phenomena. Like, for example, might be the teacher who are in the late 40s, early 50s, or the late 50s. They might think, why I am going to face something for which I was not programmed for. For example, teachers I know, even I crave that when the government sends us for the census work, government asks us to be the presiding officer for the election, or the government asks to do something which is non-academic. But the interesting case is somewhere we try to creep, somewhere we try to accept that these are the things what we are doing. But then interestingly, in this interface, the pattern is whatever technology I am using, whether it will be beneficial for me or not, I don't know. For example, I am a teacher of a psychology. So it might be easy for me to have the dialogue. It might be easy for me to have my soliloquy, my presentation. But what happens for a teacher who teaches power electronics, network theory, fluid mechanics, fluid dynamics, history of design, or it might be about the calculus, or might be the applied mathematics? The usage of Blackboard, the probability of using this interface might be learning is a measurable change in behavior due to practice and experience. When I say teachers have to learn to unlearn, what they will be learning? They will be learning how I am going to use a method, a technology which I never used earlier. That is one thing. Second thing is what they will be learning. They will be learning the application part of their subject domain, which is otherwise not available on the virtual media. It is always information overload. And even in that information overload, how we are going to go, this technique will be something more important for example, as all of us we know, connect the dots, Steve Jobs speaks about the history of looking at the dots. This is a famous speech what he has delivered at the Stanford University in 2003, where he says, if you want to complete the picture, you don't have to look forward to complete the picture, but you have to look backward to complete the picture. What does it mean? Whatever tools, whatever techniques we have learned, We have to use them in very appropriate method. And what are these appropriate methods? In this testing time, the appropriate methods will be, do I have a connect with my students? Whether it is the WhatsApp group, whether it is the pattern by which I am talking to some students, or might be I am more interested to create the content. Remember one thing, when the students are the stakeholders, when students can give a feedback about the teaching method, might be I'm very good using the blackboard, I'm very good as far as the diction, pronunciation, and my vocabulary is concerned. But now with this limited background, or might be the small camera, is it that I am a efficient new age teachers? Teachers have a very strong resistance to change. And interestingly and unfortunately, teachers beyond their classroom have a strong, deep rooted inferiority complex. Might be in the classroom, they are the czar, they are the kings, they are the unique people who can dominate and who dominate the class. But outside the classroom, they are not very sure about the technology. Guys, we have learned MS Office, we have learned SPSS, we have learned the Zoom pattern. But then learning the technology is different. But using that technology as a new normal in my class is something what we are more focusing for. And the second important thing is whatever technology I am using, whether I am sure that my students are going to use that, I am not very sure. For example, even in the premier institutes, they are planning, might be from next academic session, they will be going for odd even formula. They will be going for the mirroring of the students. Students will like to skip the classes in big number. Yavat jivet sukham jivet, or might be they will say now life is the most important thing. Even if I skip few periods, few months, or few semesters, it might not help me. जी है तो जान है तो जहान है. So in this particular basic background, whether the students will be interested to attend your classes, I'm not very sure. And so with these basic parameters, we will be focusing more like what's going to happen and what are the expectations from the management, what are the expectations from my colleagues, and what are the expectations from my students. The teachers who are young, the teachers who are very techno savvy, the teachers who are very adaptable and flexible, they will be using this technology very fast, very easily. But the teachers of my generation, teachers who are in late 50s or early 50s, for them it's going to be a major problem. And please remember, again, let me tell you, life is non-linear, life is binary, life is non-binary. So there is no instant solution for this problem. We are going to have the fear, we are going to have the anxiety, we are going to have the apprehension, we will have the resistance to change, we have the typical perceptual defense activities. Why? Because all of us, we will be trying to cope up with this new normal. Please remember, students where they operate for, might be I teach in a NIT in Nagpur, so I have the good quality of students and they stay on residence. But then many teachers, like I was told that in this particular STTP, more than 1,000 teachers span India are participating. I know teachers from Samastipur, Samadrapur, Warangal, Uttarakhand, they work in a very adverse situation. Students don't have the smartphones. Students don't have the very high speed internet connection. So how you are going to connect with the students? Connecting the student is not essential. Am I in a position to complete the syllabus? Can I go for evaluation? Can I go for objective appropriate evaluation? And the most important technique is what are the various methods I am going to adopt to make my students say that the teacher is not a teacher, he is a mentor, philosopher, a guide who can help the students to tread on the path of professional success. Teachers, let me tell you one thing. When we are going to understand this basic pattern, connecting the dot is not only overcoming our own phobias. Phobia refers to irrational fear of any morbid thing without having the underlying cause. Let me tell you, COVID 19 is going to stay for a few months. We don't know for how many more months. And so there will be no appropriate solution for that. So, in this moratorium, in this free floating anxiety, in this free floating state, how I am going to cope up with that? Let me just go for the three take home advices. You have all the WhatsApp groups with you. Instead of sharing good morning, good night, happy Diwali, happy Rakhi, happy Nrsimha Jayanti messages, form the groups wherein teachers can try to learn something more about the technologies. Incorporate students participation in your groups. See to it what students expect from you. And let me tell you, majority of students are equally interested because they also try to make their class more entertaining. Father of psychology Sigmund Freud said that no man wants to eat for 8 hours a day. He also said that no man likes to sleep for 8 hours a day. He said that teachers will be happy for 8 hours a day if they start loving what they do for 8 hours a day. We as a community called teachers, we enjoy what we do. So we used to enjoy going to the classroom, upgrading our knowledge, writing our books, going for the research proposal, presenting the research activities, publications of our own papers. That was one dynamics. But now when the student strength, we will be not very sure. When strength, when we might be talking most of the time with the students on this interface of technology, how this connecting the dots is going to help the students, we will not be focusing for. So tell me one simple thing: just because you are prone and programmed to be a teacher, though it does not mean that we are unique and special. We'll be susceptible for all the behavioral issues like what a chartered accountant, a doctor, a professional, the lawyer will experience. Pandemic is overpowering. Whether it overpowers or not, that's a different story. But the important thing is, as we are optimistically inclined, and teachers, as they say, Sahana bhavatu sahano bhunaktu sahaviryam karvavaye tejasvinam vadhitamastu. So let of us come together. Let of us should walk on the common platform for the mutual respect. Historians always speak about the wars and the fights. Historians also see that when the wars were fought between the two communities, so many people died. But as a human psychologist, we also say when the wars were fought, people fall in love, the grass did bloom, and the breeze was something was refreshing. Let me tell you and let me conclude that when I say connecting the dots, it is a very testing time for all of us as a teachers. Don't try to go for the instant solution that just because I have learned how to use my Skype and how I have using my particular Zoom, so I am the expert. We don't know the prognosis, we don't know the plan of action, we don't know the pedagogy. So in this free floating anxiety, connecting the dot refers to looking back at my own previous record of dealing with new tool, because now I'm going to use my sense organs, my cognitive abilities to make my class not efficient, more emotive, more rejoicing, and more rewarding. I at the end appreciate the efforts of the college, and special thanks to Dr. Indrani Das Sharma, who was coordinating with me. And I really enjoyed talking with you, even though it was a new interface and this scorching heat, I'm just sweating. But that makes the whole class more relatable because we have to understand we might not have the AC chambers, we might not have the mics with us, and then we have to cope up with the technology, which will be for the cutting edge with the competitors. But as they say, बादल हो तो बरसो किसी बेआब जमी पर तुम खुशबू हो मगर तो बिखर क्यों नहीं जाते. So as a teachers, as the species called the philosophers and the mentors, let's see that even in this testing time, we are going to explore to make our teaching pedagogy more efficient, more fruitful, more unique for the better community and society. Thank you very much.